Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to Scarland, a land where we take survival building to the extreme. And we're here at Scod Ranch Building Project, where we have completed our porch and got all of those rustic details established for the build. But in today's episode, we have to build the roof, the massive roof that will make up the house. So let's get this episode underway. All right, and welcome back to Scod Ranch Project here. And as you can see, in our last episode, we established the design details of the house by getting our porch and all these little details all arranged. And from here, we can take this as a template and add the rustic design throughout the house. So I think this looks really, really cool. But let's jump up here and take a look at our project for today. And that is to add a roof. So we don't get our rain and all that stuff in the house anymore. We need to add a roof and get all that arranged. So as you can see, we're going to start about there to there, and we're going to cover that whole section all the way to here to there. And we're going to have to figure out some extra little details here. And yeah, so we have a lot of work to do, and I think that'll be a huge project. And you know, roofs aren't my favorite things to do. So to mitigate issues, what we're going to do is we're just going to take our time to start with. We're going to start this out really slow and just make sure we get all of the little details arranged in the early part of the build so that we don't have to come back and do any renovations, because believe me, we don't want to have to tear out anything once we get past this. So that's why we always like to make sure everything's lined up and ready to go from the beginning. So as you can see, we left off here where we had slab, slab, block, slab, and then one up, slab, like so. So that's where we kind of left off for our porch. All right. So next thing we're going to do, so we're going to jump up here and we're going to place down this block right there. And as from here, we're going to go 7 of these all the way to the top. So of course this is 1, and then we're going to start to arrange up to 2 and work our way up. And then of course this little arrangement down here is going to be a little different back there. So when we get to there, I'll show you what it is. Don't worry. But like I said, it's always so important to start out a project like this, making sure each of these posts are all lined up and perfect. And all symmetrical, and then make sure your roof is set. And once that's set, you are on easy street all the way to the end of getting your super awesome house built up and ready to go. So as you can see, we went 7 blocks all the way to here, and we are now in the center of the main part of the house. So now we're going to jump down and hopefully we can make it. There we go. Very awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little scaffolding, just a little here and there. Awesome. And we're going to sneak back just 1 more block like that. All right. So next thing we're going to do here, we're going to place this block right there, and we're going to sneak over here and place that one like so. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place this one over here and place that one like that. And then we're going to go 1 on top. There we go. And then we're going to place, let's see, this one over here and 1 on top. There we go. Wonderful. So now we got that arranged. Now, once we get this block, this arrangement, these little blocks like this, we're going to bring it all the way to about here. And then these blocks will actually going to kind of cover over it. It's going to be a little bit different, but at least we just got kind of the base of that set up and ready to go. And thank you so much for all the wonderful ideas. And of course, from this block right here, so let me jump down and show it to you guys one more time. So that's kind of the arrangement for the back side of the house. So as you can see, kind of working its way up here to a stair. Now that stair is 1 and it's 7 blocks all the way to the top. So similar than what we did on the other side. And oh, I thought my hardcore parkour skills were just on point today, but apparently not. Apparently not. There we go. All right, so working our way back up. So like I was saying, thank you so much for all the wonderful suggestions on things to build other than the house. Once we get the house done, like originally I was thinking like a barn and some fields and things of that nature. But you guys have been, suggesting such awesome things in the comments, which thank you so much for. I very, very much appreciate it. There was like a ranch hand idea, maybe some tents, some wagons, different things like that. So it got me thinking like ranch hands, yeah. That's a really cool idea. So maybe even cabins around like an unlit campfire or something like that we could do. I think that'd be really cool, like fishing ponds and all sorts of wonderful things, which I'm really excited about. So as you can see right here, I'm going to place a block right on top like that, and this will eventually be replaced by a log similar to down there. All right, so let's sneak back down here. And like I told you before, we're going to take these blocks like so, and we're going to bring these ones all the way to the end of this kind of row of a log. So we're going to end it right there. And then we'll do something, of course, a little bit different on that side over there once we get to there. But I think that'll be pretty cool. And it's exciting, once again, to work on such a fun project here in Scarland. That's like a large scale project. Large scale projects are, they're kind of like, it's time to start a big one. But once you really get into it, it's like a long distance race. Like if you're a swimmer or a track, I almost said like like track person, like track runner, I guess. Something along those lines. Like, you know, when you think of like a long, like mile or longer, you always think like, oh, it's a long one. Whew. But then once you get into it, you start cruising, you're like, yeah, there we go. I'm happy in here. All right. So as you can see, we got that kind of arranged. So now what we want to do is take these stairs and go all the way down to where that end spot is, right where we started. So like right here on that side over there. So everything we do on this side, like right here and right here and right there, all gets replicated on the other side. So just always just repeat everything we do over here. But like I said, it's always fun to actually finally get into it. And you guys have been suggesting also things to talk about during the videos, which I absolutely love, called #ScarTalk. So definitely leave me some more suggestions on, you know, topics and different things along those lines. One of the recent ones, which I really like, was technology, specifically in gaming. What do I see in trends and things of that nature that will be the next kind of big piece of technology? And that is such a hard thing, my friends. That is a hard thing to guess, because as long as I've been kind of really kind of into kind of gaming with the whole YouTube channels and stuff like that, I try to keep, you know, up to date on all this stuff. So as you can see, we're just going to kind of bring this all the way across here. So I'm just going to work a little bit on this side. It's kind of just tedious block placing, but that's what I want to talk a little bit about gaming real quick. I think it's so hard, my friends, to come up with what the trends is, because so often or not, the trends are always wrong. When people, experts in the industry, are like, the next big thing is 3D gaming. And you see it at E3, everything's 3D gaming this, 3D gaming that. Do you guys even remember that when that was a thing? And then it was all motion controls. And you know, some of these things just kind of fizzle out, or they become a very niche market, kind of like the motion controls. I think the Kinect, I thought some people did some really cool things with that, especially outside of gaming. But for the most part, this stuff just becomes kind of like I said, fizzles out, or just becomes a niche gaming thing. But what I do see as a trend, and something that I think will eventually become a widespread adoption of the gaming kind of community, is VR. I've tried VR one time at TwitchCon, and it was amazing, and I want to try it again so much. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I wish I would have tried it on maybe like a more kind of a more, you know, less cartoony, more kind of realistic environment, because I heard those are absolutely the best. But it was an amazing experience. I'm like, wow, that is really cool. Will this become the next big thing overnight? No, the price points are still pretty far out there. So it's going to be a while before the prices come down, but seeing that there are so many different companies working within VR, you have Sony, you have Valve, you have Samsung, you have, well, I guess Facebook or Oculus, whatever, you got them. So there's so many companies pouring just millions and millions of dollars into development of this, and then trying to keep, you know, all the competition. Why I think this will be kind of widespread is there is some incredible hype behind it, and that there is the just amount of money and companies vying to be the king of VR. It's unbelievable. So there's incredible competition to make this just better and better. It's like phones. You know, if there wasn't Sony and Samsung and, you know, Apple just fighting it out with phones, would phones be as good as they are today? Not at all. One of these companies would have a phone, and we'd had the same phone for like 5 years before they decided to make it flip. You know, if it wasn't for the competition, we wouldn't be anywhere. So with all the competition in VR, which is such a great thing to see, because these things are just going to keep getting better and better and better. And yeah, so yeah, will people get kind of sick on it? Are they expensive? Yeah, but I think these are things that'll start to get better. And especially it's going to push computer hardware to get better and better, because of the sheer amount of power needed to power a positive VR experience. You need, you know, stable frame rates, stuff like that, which is going to keep NVIDIA, Intel, all those things kind of pushing out, you know, better and better tech to power that once demand continues to rise for it. All right, so as you can see, we've got this entire section kind of built up like this. So this is a wide kind of section of our roof. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and repeat the exact same thing we did over there on that side, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And as you can see, I added this section over here. So replicating what we did over there together, and I just did this off camera. I did run a couple little bands of stairs across there just to make sure everything lined up and ready to go. And as you can see, we're over here in the living room. So this will be our future living room. And as you can see, we're just going to start working this pattern that we kind of developed off camera, and we're going to bring that all the way up to the top. And I'm thinking about fitting in some details back there. And yeah, I think that'll be super cool. So my friends, let's get right into it. So this post right here, we're going to go boom and a bam like a so. And then I'm going to go outwards like that, and then cut back in like so, and cut out that center one right there. Looking good, looking good. So next thing we're going to do here is we're going to place that guy right there. and then place it. Oh, hello, you're not supposed to be there. And we're gonna place this guy on top of there, and then bring this one up to, oh, let's just space this one out here just a little bit. We'll go right there, and then let's count this out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect. So that is all we need. So now what we need to do is put our stairs down. So now we're just gonna put our stairs down like this, and hopefully we line perfectly up with this section. So almost all the way up here, my friends, almost all the way up, there we go. And then we're gonna cut that guy out like so. And I'm just gonna put a temporary block here, and then I'm gonna grab out my logs. There we go, and place that like, well, we'll fix that. There we go, now we fixed it. Awesome, and then we're just gonna run this all the way backwards, and then from here, we'll be able to fill in all of the slabs and the stairs and all of those good things. And coming back to our VR talk, like I was saying before, I do think that VR will be something that will be mass adopted within the gaming community, but I don't think this will happen overnight. I think it's in the next 5 to 10 years that it will eventually be widely adopted. Will it be the be-all, end-all device? No, I don't think so. I think we'll, of course, have our controllers, handhelds, different things like that for this foreseeable future. But I do think that VR will become more of a mainstream device. There are, shortcomings to it still, like we talked about, there's the cost, there's the, the motion sickness, things like that. But I do think those will eventually get solved over time. My issue with VR is the weight of the device can be a little burdensome on my neck muscles, which aren't the super strongest things ever. So they get a little wobbly, if you will, especially if it's kind of a wild sequence, like my head's like all over the place and you got to kind of like grab it before I like smack my head on the wall or something like that, of it just like my muscles just giving out. So yeah, the weight of it's an issue, at least for me. Motion sickness wise, I didn't experience anything, and I think it can be game related also, depending on which game and how well it's been developed for the particular platform. And as you can see, we're just running these all the way across here like so. But I want VR to succeed. Like I think it'll be a positive thing. I'm excited for it. Getting a chance to play it was a really cool experience. And I'm just cutting out some of these, kind of cleaning everything up. See how we did that? Kind of just give you guys like a really slow pan upwards so you can kind of see how that all went together. But it was a really fun experience, and I really want to try it again. Will I be able to try it in the near future? Probably not. They're still pretty expensive, and the availability is low. But like I said, with all the competition between all these different makers, I really think that this will be a good thing. And with all that competition, all the shortcomings of it, I think will be solved much, much faster. So as you can see, we're just kind of getting this last little eave here. And of course, we'll do that section off camera. But it's exciting to kind of get all of the roof lines assembled and ready to roll, because, well, that's what we really needed over here, was to get this all settled and get this clear to go. Speaking of any other technology within gaming, I think that graphics, my friends, I think graphics might have a change soon. And it's a good change. We've been just shooting for the stars when it comes to ultra realistic, right? Everything's got to be ultra realistic. But one thing I've noticed recently, and I'm excited for, is more games being a little bit more of an artistic style, but keeping good graphics. Before, if you wanted to have, a game that had, artistic graphics, if you will, something a little nicer, something like that in kind of an artistic realm, the graphics always were poor. Like always poor. Like if you wanted to do like a simple kind of minimalist design when it came to, a particular model or a character, something along those lines, it just looked ugly. I'll just be honest. A lot of times they just looked ugly. But recently with the achievements and especially lighting, like a minimalist kind of design can be achieved with the new kind of, strides in technology and lighting. Think of like Firewatch, things like that are, kind of a real stylized design. But they are absolutely beautiful, and that is achieved in a lot of ways by like good lighting within a game. And I think that's something cool that I want to see more of, because yeah, we have ultra realistic things, which is nice and cool and all those good things. But I also really excited to kind of see where good lighting can take really simple graphics. Like look at Minecraft. Minecraft's simple as can be. Like it can't get any simpler, my friends. But when you add, beautiful shaders and things like that, the game just like livens up completely. And it's just a whole new world, which I hope to see more of that, like taking a simple kind of stylized graphic model, something along those lines, and then adding really good lighting to it. And I'm just going to put a single block right there, and then single block, and then I'm going to leave that like, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that. Like I just think can really, really improve. So those are just little things that I think technology-wise that's going on in the industry. I think VR is going to be a thing, but it won't be for the next few years. I think VR goggles will eventually get less expensive, lighter, faster, all those good things like any good piece of technology. I think graphic-wise, I think there'll be a trend more towards kind of like stylized artsy type graphics a little bit, and continued towards ultra realistic, but those technology strides in ultra realistic will provide good strides for like indies trying to make, something a little different in the graphic department. But yeah, look at that. I think that is starting to look super good. So let me finish that roof up. All right, and welcome back. And as you can see, we've got our roof entirely assembled, which was quite a bit of work, but it all paid off in the end by making sure everything was all lined up and ready to go. As you can see, I did add these lines across here. So I took the logs and ran it on the top. So then 1 block above each one of these stairs, and that just helps kind of, add a little extra detail to the roof. So now what we need to do is jump down here. So let's clear the scaffolding away on the roof end here. And I want to work on this back section a little bit. So as you can see, we have this really, really, really cool back. Look at that. I'm really excited for the way this has come out. I think we can do some really fun stuff with this. So my friends, where do we want to even go with this? That's a good question. So the first thing I'm thinking about is adding some stairs, or not stairs, but blocks kind of going up on either end like so. So then we can add some of these guys going up on either side here. Oh, hello. Let's see. Let's making sure everything is lined up and or ready to go. So this section, I just need to remove this one and then bring down this column like that. There we go. And then under here, I think we'll just add something like that. There we go. Now the question, my friends, is do you guys like a solid glass block or panes? Now that's a good question, because like panes I think would look really good along here, because I think, at least help me figure this out, I think it'll help kind of differentiate, especially right here, instead of just doing a solid block where everything all is kind of on that same plane across here. Whereas if we did, this, it just adds that little extra bit of depth right there, which I think is very useful in this case. And yeah, I think this will look really cool, especially when we get the terraformed mountains and all those good things assembled. Now, the problem with panes is they're very painstakingly to put on, as you can see. They're a painstaking effort. So yeah, each one of these got to be put on there like that. But yeah, look at that. I think that'll be super cool. And I like the white because it just stands out a little bit more next to all of the kind of the darker tones. I think it just kind of just shines, and I think that looks really cool. So we'll add these pieces like so, and then this under section right here could use a little something, but I think for the most part, let me get up here a little bit farther, and I'm just gonna just head inside real quick like so. See this back section right here? What I'm going to do for now is just, I'm gonna place these blocks along here like that. There we go. At least it gives us something to hook to other than dirt. There we go, put those along there, remove that, and then we'll connect these guys all along here. I've got a few more to go. There we go, awesome. So then we can just head back down and kind of see how we did. So let's take a look. Ooh, I'm liking this. I am liking this. Let's fill in this last section right about there. Awesome. So let's jump back and just kind of have a bird's eye view. Oh, there we go. That looks wonderful. So let's just jazz it up just ever so slightly more. So let's remove this block right here. I'm going to bring this up to, I'm thinking about right there, and I'm gonna swap this in there like that, add that block like that. Awesome, just giving these blocks just a little bit of something, just giving it a little something I think really helps kind of stand out right there. And then these blocks over here can use the same. These actually could possibly even go up 1 block higher. So let's get out a little bit of scaffolding, there we go. Yes, that looks good. So then we can jump up here to about 3 and stair on top of that. And then we'll just clear away any of that. And then we can run our stone once again, kind of around here and up to there. And I think that looked cool. I like the ceiling or the floor to glass. I think that looks really cool. Floor to glass, that doesn't even make any sense, Scar. Glass all the way to the ceiling. So floor to ceiling glass. There we go. That's the correct word. But yeah, look at that. Oh, I absolutely love that. I think that came out really cool. And that's going to be a great little view from, of course, the mountains when we get those all settled and terraformed up. I wish we could do like a stained glass window. That would be really cool. And well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today as we got our super roof assembled, which took quite a while and a lot of dark oak logs. I got to tell you, that was a lot more than I had planned because we're so far out. Had to make a quick trip again to get some more, but I think we are doing definitely good now on resources. I brought some sand and all sorts of stuff over here for glass. But yeah, there we go, my friends. We got that section. So in our next episode, we'll do those over there. We'll do our beautiful windows on either side there. And thank you so much for watching today. And I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, a like rating would be much appreciated. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later.